In this video, I'll show you how to connect your Epson EcoTank ET-2800 or other similar models that are looking exactly like this one. As long as they have a screen and some button on the right side, it should be similar to what I'll show you next to your Mac computer. Could be a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, iMac, or any other Apple computer. And then I'll show you how to print and how to scan via Wi-Fi. So let's get started right away. First step, we need to go on the Epson printer itself, turn it on, press the home button, and from here we're going to press the right side arrow until we get to the Wi-Fi setup menu. Then press OK, and then you should see Wi-Fi recommended. Press OK once you see this, then press OK once more, and then you should see Wi-Fi setup wizard. Press OK. Now wait a few seconds, the printer will now scan for every single Wi-Fi network around it. With the up and down arrow, navigate in this menu until you select your own Wi-Fi network. So this is mine. Once it's selected, press OK. Now it's time to type the password. If your password contains capital letters, numbers, or symbols, you need to go down here, press OK. This way you'll have access to the capital letters. Press OK once more and you'll have access to the numbers and symbols. So I'll go ahead and type my password. My password is now typed. I need to navigate until I select OK and then press the OK button on the printer. It may take a few seconds, maybe even a minute, so the printer connects to the Wi-Fi router. If it fails at this step, try to bring the printer closer to your router. Then you should get the setup complete message on the screen. Press OK. And now it's time to go on your Mac computer. On your Mac, we need to download the driver from the Epson website so your computer is able to connect to your printer. And I'll put a link in the description to have access to the same page you're seeing right now so you don't lose any time. So basically we need to make sure that this is the name of your printer. Mine it is. If it's not, just press this small over here ET series and then select your printer models. Then on this page you need to go down until you see over here it's download, and then under operating system click on this and you should select which Mac OS version you're currently in. If you do not know which one to choose, you need to go on the top right corner of your Mac where there's the Apple logo. Click on it, then select about this Mac. This window will open up and you should see your version over there. You see version 12.7 is mine, maybe yours will be different. So close this and choose your OS. So I'll select over here 12.x and then press go. Now the page will reload. You need to go down and under recommended for you, you should see a few options here. Driver and utilities combo package installer. This is the one we should get. So I'm gonna go and press download. Select where the downloadable file should go and press save. Wait for the file to download and then open it. So this is the file that got downloaded. I double clicked on it and now all you have to do is double click on the Epson logo. Then press open, press OK, press open. Then you'll have to type the password of your Mac computer. Once you typed it, click Install Helper. Then from this page, you should click OK. Make sure, by the way, that your printer is turned on. Then press Accept. From here, you're not obligated to accept these two different things, like allow collection of software usage for Google Analytics. I don't necessarily want Epson to collect my personal data, so I will uncheck these. You can keep them checked if you don't mind, but I will keep them unchecked and press Next. Then they will ask you to fill your Epson printer with ink. I already did this and probably you already did this as well. So I'll press I finished filling the ink tanks and press the next button. Let's wait for this to load up before that. Okay, so select your Epson printer from this list in blue and then press next. From here, they will ask us what software do we want to download. So what I suggest you is to keep scanner utilities checked. Manuals, you're not obligated, and to be honest, not many people read them, so I'll just uncheck it. And keep check the other ones. This is my suggestion. Then press install. It may take a bit of time, so I will skip this process, but basically it will just download the software that you just selected. Depending on the speed of your internet, this could take a few seconds, but it could also take 5 minutes. So don't touch anything, and let's come back when this is done. So what we need to do now is to press this plus icon located over here. Then you should select Epson ET-2800 series, or maybe if you have another model, it will be Epson ET2 and some other numbers. So select in this list and then press the add button. Okay, now the printer has been added. We can check in this list, and over here it is added and it has a small green circle. Perfect. We can close the screen. And now it will ask us if we want to print a test page. You're not obligated. We'll print our own test page, so I'll just press next. Here I will uncheck remind me about Epson extended service plan because I don't want to get reminded to buy stuff, so I'll just uncheck it and press next. And then I'll click on finish and register. You're not obligated to register. It will bring you directly on the Epson website. You can just simply close it and then close this installer. Perfect. You can also close this screen. Now let me show you how to print using your Mac. It's very, very easy. So you need to find a file to print. So I'll go over here. Let's say I want to print this file. So I'll open it. If it's a picture, just open the picture on your Mac. And then what you can do, if you don't see the print button on this screen, there's two ways, to do it. You can go under files here on top and then select print, or if you do not see this option, you just need to press and keep press command and then once the letter P, and this will open the print dialog on any Mac. Okay, so from here you're gonna have a preview. You can go left and right to see all the pages. Over here, this is a document with 2 pages. Make sure that under printer, your Epson printer is selected. And from here, the rest of the settings really depends on what you're trying to print. So you can select black and white. You can select, do you want one of these pages or 2 of them to get printed? In my case, I just want the first page. So I'll select 1 to 1. Do your paper size, make sure it's the right one from this list. And this is about it. Once you're ready, you're going to press the print button. By the way, make sure that your Epson printer has some paper inserted in it. And then let me show you. The printer will start working. You can extend this plastic thing. And here is our print. If you're printing a picture, you can also open Epson Photo Plus, the software we just downloaded. Press yes, and from here it will just make everything just a tiny bit easier. You can select photo, select which kind of the size of your picture that you're trying to print, then press OK, allow access to all photos, OK, then pick the image that you want to print, position the image on the paper. If you're not satisfied and if this is not the paper size you want or selected, you can always go on the right side over here and select another size of paper. So if you're trying to print on 4x6, maybe it's better to choose 4x6, press OK, and now arrange your picture on this 4x6 paper. I'll put it back on. I'll select this one in this case. I'll put it, let's say, right in this corner, like this. We have multiple options, but the 2 most important options that you need to pay close attention is media type here. you need to select on which kind of paper you're going to print this. So if you're going to print on glossy paper, please select photo glossy paper. Because if you're selecting plain paper, but you're actually printing on glossy, all the colors will smear on your paper the moment you're going to touch it. And definitely this is not the result you want. So make sure that so in my case, I'll select plain paper because this is on what I'm trying to print right now. And print quality, just select it fine. Now it's time to select how many copies of this you want to print. So you can select one, too many. And once you're ready, again, make sure that you have some paper inserted in your printer and press print. So here you go, this is the image we just printed. Now let me show you how to scan a document using your printer and send it via Wi-Fi to your Mac computer. So open this scan lid over here. There's already one, but take your document that you want to scan, place it facing down with the top part of the document facing the right side over here. And then all you have to do, you see there is an arrow here. You need to bring the corner of your document so that it touches the corner with the arrow. Okay, so this is how it should look. Now close the lid and we need to go on the Mac. You can close this Epson Photo Plus, we don't really need to scan. So on your Mac computer, the easiest way to scan, you're going to click on the Apple logo on the top left corner, then click on System Preferences. Now depending which kind of Mac OS you're currently running, maybe if you have the last one, it doesn't look like this. You'll have all the options on the left side, but they are the same options. You need to select printers and scanners. So check on that list, or if not, click on this printers and scanners logo here. And now we need to find your Epson printer here, find it, click on it. Then over here you should see the Scan tab. Click Scan and click Open Scanner. This will open. We can make it bigger. Wait a few seconds, it will give you a preview of what's on the scanner. This will not save the scan, it will just make a preview. Okay. So now we have to change all these settings accordingly to what kind of results you want. So do you want it to be in color or not? The resolution. This is probably the most important setting. So if you're scanning a text file like this one, and there's no image, and it's not important to have the best, the most details, I suggest you leave it to 200. 75 it's too low for most of the thing, but 200 it will be plenty enough if you're scanning text. If you're scanning a artwork, if you're scanning a picture or anything where you need the maximum amount of details and sharpness, you'll have to click here and select the highest number in this list. This will give you the best scan results, but be careful because this will also mean that it will take a very long time to scan. So you need to find a balance between quality and time. If you select 9600, it may take 10-20 minutes for one single scan, but you'll have the best results. In my opinion, if you're just scanning a picture to share it on social media or maybe just to store it on your computer, I think 600 or even 1200 is enough for most casual user. So if you have a text, 200 is fine. If you want to scan an image, 1200 will give you enough details. I think that most people will be satisfied, but if you want maximum results, select the highest number. I'll keep it at 200. Then over here, use custom size may be selected. You can unselect this. And under size here, select the size of your document manually. I think it does a better job this way. Then scan to, select in which folder you want this file to go. I'll leave it on desktop. Name over here, you can give it a new name, so scan test of the Epson. Select the format. PDF, it's perfect for a text file. If you're scanning some pictures, I think JPEG is the better option. And finally, the other things over here, leave it the way they are. So none, off, and off. When you're done, press scan, and this time the document will get scanned, and at the end it will get automatically saved on your computer. So over here you see at 200 dpi, a scan should take about 15 seconds total. Okay, you can see the progress bar over here. And when it's done, you're going to get a message, saved image. I don't know if you saw it, and it will be added to the folder you have selected over there. So this is about it. This is how you connect your printer, how you print, and how you scan. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please leave a like, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment. I'm trying to read them all, and I'll see you in the next video.